So this is a short video about LetterShifter, and I'm going to first show the features that should be completed when you're done. So here is LetterShifter show, and so you have a little GUI here, and one of the first things we can show is that if you write Java LetterShifter show in the terminal window, it'll actually show the word that is being pulled from the list of 48. So if I do reset, it'll take resolution here, another random word, and then that's jumbled. Reset helicopter, and that's jumbled. Reset, that's adaptation, and it's jumbled. So every time you hit reset, if you've called show, it should print out in the terminal window, and then it should scramble the letters. And that there can be repeats. So there's a repeat here. That can happen sometimes. Okay, here we've got vegetables. And how about if we put that in order? So let's swap the V and the B. So that's a swap. And then the G and the T, then swap. And the T and the E, and swap. And the B and the L. Wow, that was easy. And so now it says that's the word. Congratulations. And if you just choose a single letter and hit swap, then it's not going to do it. And if you maybe click 3 letters, V and E and G, then it'll just let go of whatever the last letter, really the third letter was. So maybe G and E, and then I swap them again, and then they're back in order. Rotate right will just push everything to the right, and if I do it 10 times, maybe follow the V, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then it's back in order. And you should have some type of description here of whether they're in order or not. It doesn't have to match exactly what I say here, but there should be some message that says, hey, they're not in order, or yes, they are in order. If we rotate left, let's follow the S. It'll push everything to the left and rotate around. And so if I do it 10 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then I'm back to vegetables. Again, jumble will jumble everything, still vegetables, and you want to do this many times to make sure that you're not losing any letters or maybe getting extra letters. And then copy key will just copy from the key into the word whatever the key is. So there I've got vegetables, and then I could jumble it. I could copy the key again, I could jumble it, I'd copy the key again and jumble it. I've already talked about reset, I've already talked about copy key. Why don't we reverse? So reverse, the V will wind up on the other side, the S will wind up on the other side, the E's will, I guess, swap, the G's and the L's will swap. It'll just turn everything around. And so if we reverse and we do that twice, then we're back to where we started. Push from the middle is a little bit tricky. Let's follow the T and the A. So one push from the middle, push the A one to the right and the T one to the left. Again, following the T and the A. The A is 1 to the right, the T is 1 to the left, the A is 1 more to the right, T is 1 more to the left, and now the A is all the way to the right, the T is all the way to the left, and if I push again, it'll push them back, it'll rotate back to the middle, and I'm back to where I started, and I've got vegetables. Swapping pairs will swap adjacent pairs, so V and E will swap, G and E will swap, T and A will swap, B and L, and then E and S. So adjacent pairs, and of course if I do it twice, I wind up back where I started. And you, again, want to make sure that you have some kind of message where the letters are not in order, when they aren't in order, and then when they are in order, it says, hey, you've got them in order. Let's take a quick look at what I've given you. So I'm going to focus on what you need to do. So you've got to choose the word. I picked the index 1 word, but you have to choose a word at random. And you also have to check and see if they have entered show in the terminal window, that then you have to print the word to the terminal window. Here in jumble, you want to make use of round numbers, and you want to call the swap method. It says make use of the swap method, so make sure that you follow those directions. Is match, there's really no restriction on how this is going to be done. It doesn't say you have to do it letter by letter. You can just complete the method. So this should be just 1 or 2 lines. It could be longer, that's fine, but it could just be a couple lines. For swap, you want to make sure that you use the int I and int j, and you kind of reconstitute the string and return it. So you've got those 4 methods to write right away. And then if we skip down, there's a lot of GUI stuff that you don't have to really worry about. And we go down, 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 down. Okay, you don't have to do swap. Do swap would just call swap. Okay, you have to rotate right, and make sure that you notice it says a loop is required. So if you write this without a loop, you won't get the point that is associated with this method. Rotate left, it says use a loop, and so you're going to want to use char@ or substring to rebuild the string. Copy key can just be one line. That should be probably one of the easier methods, maybe the easiest. Reverse, a loop is required. So make sure if it says a loop is required that you use a loop effectively. Push from middle, I want a loop. Swap pairs, I want a loop. And of course you probably want to call the swap method as well. You don't have to, but might make some sense. And then you also have to modify this last method where you have to give a message whether everything is in order or not. Okay, happy coding.